Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have a Legend Series, Marvel Avengers Infinity War, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. And this is a Toys R Us exclusive. And I have yet to see this guy in the wild. Ernest, my boy Ernest, was looking out for me and ended up snagging one of these up because I didn't see one in the wild. So he snagged one for me, and now I'm finally getting to the review of this beautiful box set. So inside you get this big yellow Avengers A in there. The figures are displayed very nicely. Got the window on top. You got Scarlet Witch art on the side here. If it'll focus, there you go. Looks all right. And we got the sideways there. Really cool Vision art on the side. That's like actually a really good, really good image. Love that. Then you got Vision and Scarlet Witch looking blurry, but now focused. But they just are sort of vanilla posed. And like the faces on the back, they just, yeah, they don't really, sort of eh. But I mean, they're taking up the whole box, which is cool because they're advertising the figures. Then we get a little bit of read-up information, which I will focus so you can check it out. Let's go ahead and get these two out of the package. So we got Scarlet Witch and Vision out of their package, and they come with very minimal accessories. Scarlet Witch comes with two new effects. They're very gummy, sort of like, you just sort of see they're not really, they're really soft. And that's to do her abilities and stuff like that, to show off that she's casting her powers and stuff, and they wrap around her wrists and stuff, which I'll show you guys later. But pretty cool, translucent pinkish orange, more I guess like a pinkish color. Vision comes with a set of fist hands, casted in that pink plastic. In case you didn't want your Vision to be just displayed with jazz hands, you can have them fighting and fisticuffing. Then we'll dive into Scarlet Witch. Now, these figures I do not own. This is my first Scarlet Witch, my first Vision. I don't even have comic book versions of these figures. So I was sort of glad that they did this 2-pack because I got the more accurate face. And it really does look like the actress. It looks great. You can see on her neck she has a big gouge. It's unfortunate, but hey, could be worse. But the head sculpt is fantastic, not overly rosy cheeks like the other one. And her hair is just, it's like orange with a brown wash to it. And this figure, basically from the head down, is exactly the same figure with some different color alterations. But she has her little jacket. It's got the cool texture throughout. Arms can, actually let's start with the head first. Head articulation, she can look down that far. She can look up that far. Arms go up. Can get full rotation. You just got to move the hair out of the way or go backwards. Single jointed elbow. Wrist rotation. And she does have this wristband that goes this way. Now just to look at the hands. So you can see that right there. The gloves, she has like rings on, and I love how the gloves are painted. They painted the rings. They actually did that on both hands. She got the painted on rings. She's got weird extra plastic at the tip, making it look like she has a claw. But yeah, and then this one does the typical wristband, not the weird one like the other side. Then she does have some really cool detail in there. She has a necklace on that's sculpted in there and painted very nicely. Looks really good. Then you have her cleavage. No, you do have her like corset. And she does have a little bit of a move, but it's hard because she has that jacket. So she can bend back quite a ways. She can move back, but she can't really move forward that much. As for like side to side, it's there, but you know, she could do the splits, which is all blurry, so you guys really can't see. So she could do splits this far with jacket blocking. She could do a full-on Spartan kick. She's got the thigh cut, double jointed knees, no boot swivel, which you'd think because she has a boot, you'd have boot swivel, and ankle bend and pivot. But what is it with superheroes when they're female having heels all the time? I don't get it. It makes no sense. You're going to be running around. Granted, she is Scarlet Witch and she could just not walk and she sort of like levitate, but yeah, so that's Scarlet Witch. Vision is beautiful. It's funny that a lot of people had a hold of a KO and that had the texture and everything, like almost like somebody got a hold of the mold early and was pumping them out before Hasbro. But the head sculpt is awesome. Almost wish his eyes were just solid white, but I know they weren't like that in the movie. Got the stone right there and still in his head, painted nicely. All the little sculpted lines and stuff just looks fantastic. Get the back. You can see as I'm doing this, you're seeing the rotation of the head and movement. And for some reason, his face, tell me if this is wrong, as you're looking at it, tell me that does not scream RoboCop, like from the very first RoboCop movie. Like, I could take this and probably, paint it flesh tone, try to fill in the the lines and stuff. You got yourself a helmetless RoboCop right there. But he can look down quite a bit. Look up only that far. It's sort of disappointing because he flies. Why can't he go up more? This flat part of his cape wants to keep sort of popping up like that. Almost tempted to like glue it. Texture throughout the body is fantastic. I love it. I love the color. Love the little pink that they added in. His arms, when lifting up, they do click. So you get that type of movement. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. No wrist rotation. You'd think this would like rotate right here because they sculpted in the gloves, but they don't. Wrist bend and rotation. And look at the just beautiful sculpt work throughout. They really put the love into these MCU figures. And look at this cape. It's like a metallic yellow and pink. All that line work goes into like the gold parts of his shoulders and everything. And this is sort of like, I think it's glued on. I don't see like a back peg. And it was a pain to get out because this is like a harder plastic than I'm used to with capes. So with that small piece, like you have to sort of like squish it a little bit and try to fit it through the plastic hole that Hasbro gave us to slide it through. And so the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, this is going to scrape the sides, and it did a little bit. He does get some really good ab crunch. His ab crunch goes down that far. Going back, I mean, he can go back quite a ways, but the cape does prevent that. He does get the waist rotation, giving him the bookshelf hips. Splits are great. Thigh cuts are fine because he's not really breaking up any like design. It's actually, since it's textured throughout, it sort of works. Then the actual double jointed knees looks great. Again, you would think there would be a swivel right here, which would have been perfect, but there isn't. It's just an ankle bend and a pivot. And again, the sculpting in the boots, the gauntlets, this whole figure is fantastic. And honestly, out of the whole package, like this is definitely the one that shines the most. Granted, we got that new head sculpt with Scarlet Witch, but it's more of, hey, we could package this individually, or we could do a 2-pack and fix the mistake we did on that horrible face of a figure for Scarlet Witch. And then like, yeah, let's just do a new head sculpt, package it, and charge double. It's, you gotta do what you gotta do. And we gotta also think of, it's pretty awesome that Hasbro does realize that some of their sculpts look dated and crappy. I mean, can you imagine if we didn't get a new Gamora? Man, that would have been so sad. So now we got the new Scarlet Witch, and it just looks so much better. But let's go ahead and equip on the different fists, the effects, and see what poses we can do. These figures look fantastic. There's nothing bad I can say about these figures. And I busted out the old school Toy Biz stands, you know, the flight stands, and rigged them up on there. I switched out the Vision's fists, and then I switched them back because the fists looked weird. So I just rigged up Scarlet Witch with her effects, pulling them as close to her out, you know, having them come off her hands as much as I possibly could to give that full effect. And it looks awesome. Definitely these figures are ones I'm going to have on flight stands because they look great that way. And that sums up my unboxing and review of the Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack of Scarlet Witch and Vision from the Avengers Infinity War. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, good luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.